So let me ask you a question that might make you uncomfortable. Have you ever sat in your car in your own driveway for 10 minutes after shift, staring at the garage door just because you couldn't bear the thought of walking inside and having someone ask you for one more thing? Oh, if you nodded your head, stay right here. You are not crazy. You are not tired. You are in the middle of a biological and spiritual crisis. Today, we are going to war against the normal. We are going to talk about why your high functioning capability is actually a trauma response and why the standard self care advice or just take a vacation is actually making you sicker. Here are 3 reasons I need you to stay and listen to the very end of this episode. First, you're going to discover why your bladder during a shift or session is actually a signal that your root chakra has shut down and your nervous system is in a functional freeze. Second, we are going to talk about the ugly emotion no one admits, resentment. I'm going to explain why you secretly resent the very people you love the most and how to fix your heart chakra without becoming a veritable doormat. And third, I'm going to walk you through a very specific somatic activity to reconnect you to your purpose. If you feel like you've lost your sacred why, this activity is going to help you find it. Okay, so y'all, let's talk about the diagnosis because it is not stress, it's disconnection, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get into it. We need to start by defining what is actually happening to you, sweet friend. I treat women healers over 50, doctors, nurses, therapists, social workers, clergy, educators. You are the strong ones. You are the ones who hold the department together. You hold the family together. You hold it all together. But here's the ugly truth. Y'all, burnout, compassion fatigue, it is not just exhaustion. If you were just exhausted, a weekend of sleep would fix it. You've tried sleep. I know you have. You're still tired. That's because this is compassion fatigue. It is a systemic injury to your soul and your biology. And the problem isn't that you work too hard, although you do. The problem, my friend, is disconnection. When we live in a state of high stakes survival mode for 30 years, which is what a career in healthcare is, we survive by disconnecting. We disconnect to get through the trauma of the ER, of the client, of the student. We disconnect to handle the client's grief. We disconnect to manage the hospital politics. We disconnect to manage the university politics. But you cannot selectively disconnect. Y'all, you can't turn off the pain, but turning off the joy. You numb things. You can't turn off the overwhelm without turning off the purpose. Today, we are looking at 3 great disconnections that cause suffering. We are going to map these to the science of the nervous system, and we're going to map them to ancient wisdom of the chakras because you need both. One without the other is hollow. Science without spirit is sterile. Spirit without science, it's just ungrounded. So first, let's talk about disconnection 1, the body and the root chakra. The first casualty of high functioning burnout is your body. I want you to think about your last shift or session or class, your last week of work. Did you skip lunch? Did you hold your bladder for 4 hours because someone needed you? Did you push through a migraine? I just got to do it. I just got to get it over with. Society tells us, oh, this is quite virtuous. It tells us you are a dedicated professional. And I'm telling you that this is violence against self. Biologically, this is a state of functional freeze. So in polyvagal theory, your nervous system has assessed that it is not safe to have needs. If you are in a war zone, you don't stop to eat. You don't stop to pee. You just keep going. Your body has learned over the years that safety equals ignoring self. You have trained your nervous system that your survival depends on suppressing your biological signals. This is why you can't feel your hunger until you are starving. This is why you don't feel exhaustion until you crash. So let's look at this energetically as well. Energetically, this is a blockage in your root chakra. And remember that root chakra is at the base of your spine. It governs our right to exist. It governs our safety, our survival, our physical needs. And when a healer has a blocked root chakra, they feel ungrounded. You feel ungrounded. You might feel anxious, flighty, or like you are constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. Just there's that unease, something's up. This is because you are essentially floating above your body because it's too painful to be in your body. You're a floating head of competence. If you're disconnected from your body, you cannot heal. You are a house built on sand. You might be brilliant. I'm sure you are. I bank on it. You might be saving lives. You might be making a difference in a lot of lives, but you are slowly, girl, you are slowly dying on the inside because you have ignored your root system and it's withering. We have to stop calling self-neglect resilience. It is not resilience, it is trauma. Okay, absorb that. We're moving to the next disconnection. Relationships and your heart chakra. We're going to go a little deeper. Let's go to the place that carries the most shame. Disconnection from relationships. And y'all, here's the scenario. You spend all day being the most empathic person in the room. You listen to patients, you listen to students, you listen to clients, you validate pain, you hold space. Then you come home. Just getting home used to be a challenge for me. The drive home. I'd be so exhausted. I would just think, how am I going to drive home? Your husband asks where the ketchup is, or maybe your adult child calls to complain about their job, and we love when they call. But sadly, instantly, you feel a flash of rage. You think, why does everyone need a piece of me? Why can't anyone do anything for themselves? And then the shame hits. And you think, well, hell, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible mother. I'm a terrible partner. I'm supposed to be the caring person. But here's the truth. Girl, sweet soul, you are not terrible. You're empty. This is the ugly truth about compassion fatigue. When you give from an empty cup, you know that myth? Oh, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you continue to give from an empty cup, the liquid you pour out is resentment, and you become the empty cup. So, energetically, this is your heart chakra. This center right here in your chest. This center governs love, compassion, and connection. And when we're burned out, we don't just close the heart chakra. Well, we build a fortress around it. We build a wall of stone to protect ourselves from being drained further. But here is the paradox. The wall keeps the drain out, but it also keeps the nourishment out. You feel alone even when you are surrounded by the people you love. You feel invisible even when you are the center of attention. We have to move the walls to gates. Permeable boundaries. A wall is a blockage. A gate is a latch. Has a latch as well. You can open it and you can close it. That's why it's a boundary. A boundary is not mean. A boundary is the only way to sustain love. Saying it again, a boundary is the only way to sustain love. If you are feeling resentment, I want you to validate it. Resentment is a signal. It's your soul speaking to you. It's your soul's way of saying, I am overextended. Don't judge the resentment. Listen to it. Be curious about it. So, disconnection 3 is the sacred why. We've disconnected from the sacred why and our crown chakra. This is the third disconnection. That disconnection from your sacred why is big. That's your purpose. You feel that. When my purpose is disconnected, I feel flat and depressed, and I keep thinking, what is going on with me? I'm just not me anymore. When I'm connected, it's like a kid in a candy store. I'm having a big time. I'm motivated. Y'all, this disconnection is the deepest pain for women over 50. When you went into medicine, therapy, social work, education, counseling, clergy, wherever your calling is, you had a calling. You wanted to heal. You wanted to help. You wanted to make a difference. You had that spark. But now it feels like paperwork. It feels like insurance codes. It feels like office politics. You look at your career and you think, is this it? Is this what I sacrificed my health for, my time for, all that education? So the science behind this would call this a moral injury. It happens when we are forced to work in systems that violate our core values, and it causes a profound sense of grief and cynicism. This relates to your crown chakra. This is your connection to the divine, to wisdom, to that big picture. When the crown chakra is blocked by burnout, compassion fatigue, we lose our vision. We become cynical, we feel trapped, we feel like a cog in a machine rather than the healer of souls, the helper of souls. But I want you to listen to me. Your purpose, oh honey, your purpose did not leave you. It is buried under the debris of the system. You are entering your second act. the wisdom years. This is the time when you are meant to transition from the warrior who fights the disease to the sage who teaches wisdom. You need a new path, a next chapter that doesn't necessarily mean quitting your job. It's not what I mean. I don't invite you to quit your job tomorrow, but I do invite you to find alignment. And if that means quitting your job, you do you, but you find your alignment. So here's what we're going to do. I told you we just wouldn't talk. I don't believe in that. I'm going to give you an activity every single time to take it from knowledge to application. Bloom's taxonomy. We are going to do something good. We cannot think our way out of burnout. We cannot mindset our way out of a fried nervous system. Research into the vagus nerve shows that we must feel safety in the body to turn off the alarm bells of our amygdala. So we're going to do a somatic anchor exercise to reconnect the root and heart chakra. So if you're driving, just please keep your eyes, well, of course, keep your eyes open. Whatever you're doing, I just need you to hear my voice. And if you're at home, please close your eyes and do this or come back to it later. I want you to squeeze your glutes. We're starting with the root chakra. Squeeze your glutes, push your feet into the floor, feel the resistance. Hold it, release. Feel the blood flow back into your legs. Tell your body, I'm here, I'm safe, I have the right to take up space. Now take your right hand, place it firmly over your chest, over your heart. Take your left hand, place it onto your belly. We are going to take a deep breath into the belly. Push that left hand out. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold and exhale. Make that sound. Visualization here is for you to imagine a golden cord connecting your heart to the earth. With every exhale, send the resentment down to that cord, into the earth. The earth can hold it. You don't have to hold it. Let go. Do this for 3 breaths. Inhale, peace. Exhale, resentment. Okay. It's simple. My activities are simple, but dude, if you will do them on a regular basis, you will be different. Okay. We're going to summarize what we learned. You're not broken. You disconnected. You have disconnected from your body, the root chakra, to survive the stress. You have disconnected from your relationships, the heart chakra, to protect your energy. And you have disconnected from your purpose, the crown chakra, because of moral injury. We rise together by reclaiming these parts, all these parts of ourselves. We go eat lunch, we set boundaries, and we dream of that next chapter. Girl, if you recognize yourself in any of these disconnections, if you felt that pang of, oh God, that's me, then you need to know exactly which archetype of burnout is running your show. I have a specific tool I've designed for this, and I want you to go to the show notes right now. There's a link to the Shadow Healer Archetype Quiz. Takes 2 minutes. It's going to tell you exactly which chakra is your primary blockage and give you a roadmap to clear it. So go to the show notes right now, click the link, take the quiz. The world needs you. It needs you whole, not hollow. So let's find your radiance, and I'll see you next time. We rise together.